People don't really came up with a way to turn us inside out. I'm talking about ass out. To the point where we compromised our own humanity without even knowing it. I told you silent weapons for quiet wars is real. As real as it's gonna get, and this is a good example of it. The Bill Gates, all the people that's involved in this shit, we the people contributed to these people power, and we continue to do the shit. Now you see what they finna do. They finna force us to get this vaccine, which I ain't gonna get it, and I hope y'all don't get it. But we got to come together. All this divide and conquer shit, all this acting like, because of the coronavirus, I understand you keep your distance, but that's another form of silent weapon for quiet wars. To keep people not even want to fuck with each other. It's another cause and effect. That's basically what it is. We're gonna cause a problem and we're gonna give you the solution to it. A lot of people saying that the prophecy is being revealed. This is the prophecy, the doomsday, and this and that. But you gotta understand, it all run together. Figure it out. But I don't care what it is, man. I don't care what you believe in. It ain't about that. It's about what we're gonna do from this point. What we gonna do for us. Because if we don't figure it out soon, all this shit was for nothing. To the point I don't even know why life even existed if it's gonna be like this.
Shalom, I like give all honor, glory, and praises to YAHAWAH BAHASHam YAHAWASHI, BAHASHam Rakakwadash, like a double unto our apostles and elders, great millstone. Salutation stars, sincere brothers pushing this word out across the four corners of the earth. And this is just a quick lesson. I saw the other brother Manatazah of the South Carolina camp going to this video about this Jake by the name of Papa Duck. So he's so-called awoken to this New World Order agenda. So he's finding out how wicked this system is, which is true. So he's trying to share with his followers and subscribers on these different social media sites how they need to come together, come up with a plan so they can overtake this system. But what our people do not understand that the Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahawah, and His only begotten Son, whose name is Yahawashi, are the directors of this movie, what we call life. So who are you or us to try to stop these biblical prophecies from coming to pass? You can't stop this movie into action. It's already played out how it's going to be played out. So we just have to play the roles that YAHAWAH BAHASHAM has gave us to play. So you read the comments on his different videos, a lot of people saying, man, I didn't know this. And why they're saying this, because life is not going in their favor now. You see with this coronavirus situation, everything is shut down. So a lot of our people are at home now. They're not able to work. They're not able to go out and enjoy these bars or go to these different sporting events. So now a lot of our people are scrabbling around or trying to find out what's the truth of this hidden agenda with this coronavirus. A lot of our people are waking up and seeing that something else is going on behind closed doors. So you already get your advice, listen to this guy named Papa Duck. But what's so crazy that the prophets of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM always been out there on the highways and the byways forewarning you of the times where we are in now. They've been out there for many years, starting with our apostles and elders of Great Millstone and their elders as well. And that's what gets me right there. Like these men been out there consistently and diligently pushing the word of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM, letting our people know who you are according to the scriptures, letting you know who your enemies are according to the scriptures, letting you know the prophecies was going to happen in these last days, letting you know what the future beholds of America known as Babylon the Great according to the scriptures, letting you know who the kingdom of heaven is for. But you already get your advice from a guy named Papa Duck. So this is the book of Isaiah 62 verse 6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence, because the prophets was always out there on the highways and the byways, the true prophets of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM. Those guys that you saw screaming, reading out the Bible, holding the signs up, Those were the watchmen. We are still the watchmen to this day. So a true watchman is going to tell you the things of the scriptures and forewarn the people what's about to get ready to happen. That's a true watchman right there. The one that present their bodies as a living sacrifice. So never hold their peace day nor night. So a lot of our people are misguided in thinking that this New World Order agenda, which is wicked, and I definitely agree with that. So they want to take it upon their hands and their ability to try to stop this New World Order from happening. You cannot stop biblical prophecy. It's already played out how it's going to play out. So this is where it all begins at. The so-called white man or the so-called Caucasians, they are the biblical Edomites. Their forefather is Esau. So Genesis, which is the beginning, this is where it all begins. And this is Genesis, the 27th chapter and the 38th verse. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing? My father, bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Esau wept because he knew that his father Isaac gave the kingdom of heaven blessing to Jacob, our forefather, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's the progenitor of the Israelites, Jacob. So that's why Esau wept. Verse 39, and Isaac his father answered and said to him, behold, thy dwelling should be the fatness of the earth. So that's why these Edomites, that's why they live in these plush places around the world. They have the nice houses and the mansions, things of that sort. You know, they drive the nice whips because that's their blessing. And of the dew of heaven from above, verse 40, and by thy sword shalt thou live. So that's why Esau is heavily into hunting. You know, he has all the knowledge about guns, ammo, all these different type of weaponry. That's why they keep building up on these drones, atomic bombs, nuclear missiles, because that's his blessing. That's the blessing that Yahawah put the spirit upon our forefather Isaac to bless Esau with. So you cannot stop Esau in his blessing. No matter how many Dracos or AR-15s or choppers you want to get, you're not going to be able to stop Esau in his blessing. He's spiritually blessed with the sword. And by the sword shalt thou live and shalt serve thy brother, Jacob. So the people of Esau, the Edomites, are going to be our slaves in the kingdom of heaven. And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. Verse 41, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob. And that's where it all boils down to, this New World Order agenda. Yes, they want to kill off these other nations, but mainly their focus is on the Israelites. They want to upset biblical prophecies and do away with the Israelites, kill them off, because they want to inherit the kingdom of heaven blessing. That's where it all boils down to, this whole New World Order agenda. So the ones of our people following this guy named Papa Duck by saying, yeah, we need to come together, come up with a plan, you're not going to do nothing. That's why the scriptures say, why is earth and ashes proud? The Most High, he referred us to as a worm. A worm is defenseless. So what in the hell are we going to do against these Edomites, especially in their blessing with the sword? And this is the book of Revelation, the 6th chapter and the 4th verse. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him to set thereon to take peace from the earth. And this is going to the Edomites. So they have that power. That's why they have that influence. They can be able to go to another country and make that country follow the ways of America, their philosophy, their democracy. If that country's leader do not agree with America, then they'll kill them off and put somebody else in place that have them follow the ways of America. What other nation can do that and get away with it? Only the Edomites. And power is given to him that set thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given to him a great sword. So that's why he has that great sword, that blessing. He has a blessing with the guns, the knives, all these different type of weaponry, the nuclear missiles, his media and biological warfare, you know, so forth and so on. But that's his blessing. But the beautiful thing about this movie that YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI has a certain elect of the nation Israel that's going to adhere to his ways, not try to take Esau physically down, because the elect know that YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI is going to be able to do that. He has that power and might to do that, not us. And this is Romans, the 12th chapter and the 19th verse, dearly beloved. And you look into the word beloved, it goes to someone that's highly esteemed, someone that is truly valued, someone that is admired. That's how YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI look at the elect of the nation of Israel. They are truly beloved to him. And those are the ones that he's going to deliver out of these dire situations. So dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, said the Lord. So it's not upon ourselves to bear arms and try to go against this so-called white man and this new world order agenda. The scriptures clearly states that vengeance is YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. He's going to repay. He's going to retaliate. He's going to vindicate things. He's the one to go by eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. It's YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. He's going to get his lick back first. Then it's going to play on down. He's going to get a spirit power to the elect of the nation of Israel. But he has to get his lick back first. So as a hopeful elect, we're waiting for that. I want to see YAHAWASHI get his lick back first. Look how they did him. Look how his name been tarnished on this earth. Look how his characteristics have been tarnished. Look how his whole name has been stained on this earth. So as a hopeful elect, I want to see our big brother get his lick back first. I want to see him vindicate himself first. Then he'll justify us, Lord willing. So this is an account of Apostle Peter and the rest of the apostles who was out there in the temple teaching our people. So you had the Pharisees, the Sadducees, and the chief priest was there listening on, and the apostles were cutting down through the word. So this is just another quick example just to prove that this is the Most High's program and not of ours. And this is Acts, the 5th chapter and the 33rd verse. When they heard that, they were cut to the heart and took counsel to slay them. Then stood there up one in the council, a Pharisee named Gamaliel, a doctor of the law, had a reputation among all the people, and commanded to put the apostles forth a little space, and said unto them, Ye men of Israel, take heed to yourselves what ye intend to do as touching these men. Verse 36, for before these days rose up Theudas, boasting himself to be somebody, to whom a number of men, about 400, joined themselves, who were slain, and all, as many as obeyed him, were scattered and brought to naught. So it was the guy that came up against the Roman Empire, Theudas. He was an Israelite. So he's probably getting tired of how the Romans were oppressing them. So he raised up about 400 men, joined themselves together, and they all got slain because they were being carnal. The ways of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI is to be spiritual, to be patient, to be long-suffering, to put things in his hands, let him take care of it. Not you going out there trying to do it yourselves. Verse 37, after this man rose up Judas of Galilee in the days of the taxing, and drew away much people after him, he also perished, and all, even as many as obeyed him, were dispersed. So this guy by the name of Papa Duck, he wants to go ahead and get a lot of followers so they can think of a plan to take down this so-called New World Order. So go ahead and do it. It's examples already made for us not to follow that way. Verse 38, and now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone, for this counsel or this word be of men, it will come to naught. But if it be of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, ye cannot overthrow it, lest happily ye be found even to fight against YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. So by you trying to take down this so-called white man, you are not fighting really against the so-called white man, but ultimately you're fighting against YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, the directors of this movie. And you know you're not going to win that. So the ones of our people who are listening to this guy, you better fall back. You better try to listen to the prophets as much as you can while this internet is still going on. This is the book of Isaiah, the 14th chapter, and the 4th verse. That thou should take up this proverb against the king of Babylon. It's going to America. Who rules America? The Edomites, starting with the elites. And say, how have the oppressors ceased? The golden city ceased. And that golden city is talking about America. America has that golden cup in his hand, meaning that America has that power or influence where it can make another country bow down to them, accept their philosophies, accept their ideologies, accept their democracy. The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continuous stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted and none hinder it. So I'm going to jump on down to verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? So another term for Lucifer is light bearer. That's what these so-called elites call themselves, Illuminati, which means enlightened ones. How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weakest the nations? Because the biggest strength of the Illuminati was their secrecy. Now everybody knows about the Illuminati nowadays. So their strength is not as powerful as it once was when they first began. But they still have their strength right now, but it's just not as powerful because a lot of people know their secrecy. A lot of people know their plots and schemes with this New World Order agenda. But the point right here, it says, how art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? Because Esau has that blessing, which is the sword. Going back to Genesis, the 27th chapter, and also Revelation, the 6th chapter. So let's see who's going to take down this so-called Illuminati, these Edomites. And this is the book of Isaiah, the 14th chapter, and the 22nd verse. For I will rise up against them, said the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, said the Lord. So YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI are the ones ultimately going to take down this so-called white man out of his rulership. And he that have ears, let him hear. What we read about Isaac in the book of Genesis 27 chapter, how he gave Esau that blessing, that's YAHAWASHI. So it's only right and spiritual that YAHAWASHI is going to come back and take away that blessing from Esau. And this just to sum up the lesson, this is Zephaniah, the 3rd chapter, and the 8th verse. Therefore wait ye upon me, said the Lord. And only the elect of the nation of Israel are going to be the ones that wait upon YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. Those are the ones that YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI looked at as beloved, highly esteemed. Until the day that I rise up to the prey, for my determinations is to gather the nations. So that's a possessive pronoun, my. So it's all in the hands of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. That I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them my indignation, which means righteous anger, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth should be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. That's going to those nuclear missiles, those ICBMs, or where you see these different countries are still building up upon their nuclear missiles, because this is going to be the war of all wars, Armageddon, World War III. And also the fire of the Most High's jealousy is also going into the chariots, which the masses call UFOs. But we call them the chariots of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, the Lord of hosts, the Lord Sabaoth. So that's the point of this lesson. Vengeance is YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI and not ours. As a hopeful elect, we are patiently waiting upon Yahweh to send YAHAWASHI that green light and tell him it's time. So we know through the Spirit that we cannot overtake this so-called white man in his blessing. That's the strength of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI on that left-hand side. So of course we cannot take that down. So we wait on Big Brother to come back to rectify things on this earth, to redeem his elect and destroy 2/3 of the nation of Israel and the rest of these nations. Now, as the scriptures say, blessed is the man that hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord. And with that, hope you always edified. Shalom.
And all we do is sit back and don't do nothing. We got to do something. And I can't do it by myself. You can't do it by yourself. And they are not doing it by themselves. They clicked up by the nations. So until us, the people, figure this out and come together and put something together, we fucked. We is fucked. Y'all be safe, man.